Okay, besties, part 3. So when I was filming this, my guide told me to say that it was part 4, okay? So I think that this is synced for the fact that, like, you opening up this third channel of energy, you being in this position that you find yourself right now, it's almost like you skipped over some parts, okay? There doesn't need to be a part 3 because you just skipped over it, okay? You had so much energy, you had so much favor from the universe, you had so much momentum that you were able to just almost do this, like, power jump and skip over 3 and go right to 4, okay? So we're on part 4. And from this place, you start out the reading as the Empress, okay? So once you have recovered from whatever little, setback this was, I don't even think it was an actual setback. I think it was just, in terms of energy, you didn't really feel like you had what it took. You did, you were just feeling very depleted is what I'm getting. So I'm almost getting the energy of, like, unlikely sources around you might be extending their hand to you, kind of offering you something, okay? These are like little strawberries that are on the board here, and these are glowing chalices. So the energy that I'm getting is why you find yourself in this Empress situation right now, and this Empress energy is because almost like the earth extended her hands to you and gave you these little power-ups, these little, I'm getting like these elixirs. You could be getting recipes in your dreams or just in your thoughts, if you're just like randomly thinking of ingredients that sound good together, spirit might be sending you, your ancestors might be sending you almost like these little cheat codes to meals or drinks or something like that you can make that would be like these elixirs, and you can ask your guides, you can ask, whoever you work with spiritually to enchant them for you, to fill them, to bless them for you. So there's this energy of like someone has come in and given you this helping hand, okay? And I think that's why, okay, another message I'm getting from this, why we skipped over part 3 and went straight to part 4, was because this is like a memory potion that they're giving you. It's almost like, when you go into surgery and you're given like the little night-night juice and you don't, you come out of surgery and like, you remember going in, but you don't really remember what happened. All you remember is really just kind of waking up, coming out of it. That's almost the energy here. It's like your guides are almost like putting you to sleep or something like that, because what happens next doesn't really matter. It's not something you need to be, awake for. It's not something you really need to be conscious for. You don't need to be like tapped all the way in for what happens next, because you're meant to wake up on the other side of it. What they just showed me in my head was the scene from The Crown, the Netflix show, where the queen goes to give birth and they just completely sedate her. They completely put her under, and she wakes up the next day and they have like delivered the baby while she was asleep. So that's almost the energy of here. This is a time of great introspection for you, is what I'm hearing, okay? And part of the introspection might be because there's almost this dichotomy. It's like your reflection isn't matching, okay? You might be thinking of yourself as someone who is like vulnerable, or again, you're just feeling depleted right now. So that might be influencing your self-worth. That could be influencing the way you think you're being perceived by others. You might be feeling, the word I'm hearing is pathetic. You might be feeling like a little bit pathetic. There might be something, almost seeing when someone kind of like walking with a limp, like you're, there's something a little bit off about you. There's something that, might draw sympathy from others, is what I'm hearing. So there's this version you have of yourself in your head, and then there's actually who is showing up, and who you're showing up as is someone who is like incredibly capable, okay? I've got the Strength and the 8 of Pentacles, and this girl is hard at work in the flower field, okay? So again, it's like you're in a field full of flowers and somehow you're pulling out pentacles. Like, where, you know what I mean? You're able to separate the wheat from the chaff in some way, even when you are in some way debilitated, And again, I don't think other people are seeing you in that way. I think people might, maybe if they have some kind of awareness of something you're going through right now, they might just see you as incredibly strong. They're not thinking like, oh, they're going through something, so, no, they're like, wow, this person is a freaking powerhouse, because look at like the quality of work they're delivering, even when all this other stuff, even when they're feeling poorly, is the phrase that I'm hearing. You could be feeling poorly. You might not be leaving the house very much, okay? I've got the 4 of Wands here and the 5 of Cups. It's almost the energy of like, even if people kind of offer for you to come out, I don't really think that you want to. Or even if, I'm also getting the message of like, if people want to come over to your house, you're like, no. They'll be like, I'll come to you, and you're like, no, that's okay. Like, I just want to rest. And again, there's this energy of you, it's almost like you're molting, when cicadas molt and they come out of their little shell. Yeah. That's crazy when I said that. I got the Freedom and the Ace of Pentacles. So very much like whatever the Ace of Pentacles, whatever your small start was, you are like, you're busting out of it, you're breaking free, you're having this cicada moment where you come out, and when you come out of your skin as a cicada, you're pink and sticky and goopy and vulnerable. So again, that's how you're feeling. But again, If you're worried about like predators, onlookers noticing that, I don't really think that anybody is. I think that everybody sees you as this incredibly strong person. They're like, wow, they just came out of their cicada shell and they're already like back to work. You know, they're already singing again. What else, Spirit? Okay. Spirit 1000% has your back, and I want you to really, really, really understand that, okay? Whatever is being launched at you right now, whatever people or situations from your past, these kind of loops that are coming back around, and why they're coming back around is not to haunt you, it's not to harm you. It's a loop that's coming back around so you can snip it. It's almost like you've been given these golden scissors, and when these loops return, you're supposed to snap them. That's what you're supposed to be doing with them. You're supposed to be cutting them so they no longer repeat, okay? But because you're kind of in this debilitated state or energy, this vulnerable energy, you're almost just like, oh, like it's too much. And it's like, no, girl, get your scissors. Like, get your scissors and just cut it. Like, that's why that's happening. That's where we are. We're at the end where you cut the film. Like, cut that part off, and it'll never come back again. So if you're feeling very avoidant or just kind of pushing away things that are coming to you, this is just kind of the check from the universe, them letting you know, like, we have got you. We're doing this for you. Like, this isn't the ghost of the past coming back to like harm you. This is coming back so you can cut them off, so you can get rid of these things. Like, you're separating the wheat from the chaff right now, okay? Like, that's chaff, get rid of it. Like, that's why we're bringing it to you. So again, there's this energy of like you're just seeing yourself in a light that isn't quite accurate, okay? And so this is kind of the reality check. This is the mirror check, okay? We'll call it that. This is the mirror check that Spirit is doing right now to make sure that you're seeing yourself clearly, because you're not, okay? You're seeing yourself in this debilitated state that though you might feel that way, that's just because you're weary, okay? That's not because you're weak. Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles, yeah. I think that because you're in this introspective place and Spirit is kind of giving you this special infusion of pure source energy that is coming through and washing all these things clean, you know, like as the medicine moves through, it doesn't always feel great, you know, medicine doesn't always taste like cherry. Sometimes it tastes like medicine. And when that's happening, there's this energy of you like almost reliving things, you know, the things that are being healed are coming up to be healed. They're coming up to be transmuted. But as that's doing, you have a new awareness of them. And again, it might just be making you feel a little bit like, I'm seeing someone almost like get hit by like invisible punches. It's almost just like, oh, like that's tender. Like, oh, I forgot about that. Like, oh, that's something I haven't thought about in a while. Like, things like that are just coming back up. And again, it's just making you feel almost like in a weakened state. You're like trying to say uncle, but like it's not. No one's letting up, and Spirit is just like reminding you, like, get off the ropes. Get off the ropes, Rocky. Like, get up and fight. Like, this is the victory lap. This is the, you know, this is the last round. Like, get up. This isn't a time to like sit and wallow and feel sorry for yourself. Like, this is the end. Welcome to the end, okay? Again, Eight of Swords. There's just something that's happening here that is like not, I don't know what it is. I just think that you're so tired. I think that you have been through so much to get to this point that you're just not really, it's like you're tired of fighting is what I'm getting, okay? But like Spirit is letting you know that you really don't have to do a whole lot of fighting right now. You just have to take things as they come, because they are there fighting these wars on your behalf, okay? I've got the Justice. So this is like everything that's happening, again, is happening for you, okay? Spirit's trying to come in. They're trying to write these connections for you, and they're kind of giving you the choice. They're giving you the scissors, and they're saying what stays and what goes. Okay, is there anything that you liked about that? Do you want to take anything, you know, with you? Do you want to keep, like, do you want to cherry pick parts of that memory, or do you want to throw the whole thing away? Okay, that's why these things are coming back for you. So just a gentle reminder that you are not under fire right now, and if you are, like, Spirit's gonna whoop that ass. You know, it's gotcha. I'm getting that people are trying you right now, okay? And that could be another thing where you were like, I'm just not in the freaking mood for this. People are trying you. But again, Spirit wants you to know they've got you. Like, let them try. Let them try. Because what hits them back is going to be like 1,000 times worse than anything they tried to throw at you, okay? I think I'm going to have to go to a part of 4 or 5 or whatever we're calling this. See you there.